The Dallas Cowboys, QB1, QB4. Dak Prescott, yeah, he's in the finalists for Comeback Player of the Year. So let's talk about it. Come with me. So, if you don't know me, I go by the name of Smack Talk, and there's two things that you must do. Hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. It's free support. So, the Dallas Cowboys starting quarterback Dak Prescott is in the finalists for Comeback Player of the Year. And there's some things that we need to speak about because I'm going to tell you now, Dak year 10, Dak with the one sleeve, I mean, this guy was on a different level. Now, we all know the defense didn't hold up at their end of the deal, and unfortunately, they had a losing season. But Dak Prescott, at any measurable that you think, played at his best in his career this past season with the Dallas Cowboys. This guy had the offense in control to the point that he was, just comfortable. The way he made plays. Yes, he made mistakes because what quarterback does not make mistakes in the NFL? That's just no matter who you are, no matter what game it is, you're going to make a mistake. That's just the way it is. Now, Dak Prescott is a guy that has not won a Super Bowl. He's been 10 long seasons in Dallas, and he has not won any good playoff games that really mattered, and he has not carried this team to the NFC Championship. He has not. But what I can say is he has developed himself to the best he can be. Year 10 was the best I've seen Dak Prescott play. Year 11, I hope it can get better. Brian Schottenheimer has him in an element that he's comfortable in controlling this offense, making different calls, making calls according to what he sees on the field versus what Schotty sees off the field. And I definitely think, Dak Prescott coming back off of that injury, having a losing season, and then coming back off of injury, then having another losing season, that should be fuel for him. And don't get me wrong, Dak, he's ate a lot of money from Dallas. He's eating it up. And he doesn't have the necessary wins to show for it. I'm being honest. Those are all things that's honesty and that's facts. That is factual information. Dak Prescott cannot win in big football games. But if you take a step back and you go back and you look at the times that he lose those football games, some of them was not his fault. Some of them, yeah. What you doing throwing that ball in that tight window? What are you doing? You threw 2 interceptions that game versus San Francisco 49ers. You don't throw those 2 interceptions or those 2 bad reads. We had a defense that was playing good. So I'm not misconstruing or not holding him accountable for when he does do wrong. But what I can say is that's the quarterback that we have. That's the quarterback that Jerry Jones wants and that he's chose to pay. And that's who I'm going to rock with. So for comeback player of the year, I'm 100% with it. He came off this injury and he held that. He almost held the team together. If the defense could have got it together at any given point, those last 5 to 7 games, if that defense would have figured out just a piece of what Matt Eberflus was throwing down, yeah, it probably would have been a different story. But unfortunately, it did not work out that way. Dak Prescott is still losing. I'm just going to be honest. He has not won a Super Bowl 10 years in. Tony Romo did the same thing for the Dallas Cowboys, and he's headed right behind Tony Romo. He's breaking records in Dallas. Great for him, but he will not have a Super Bowl to show for it if we can't get this team together. Jerry can't take a step back and let these coaches coach, let these players play, and let this team be a football team. Now, from the signs of it, from early on going into next season, it's kind of looking like it. These hires that we've just hired, especially this defensive coordinator, I don't think that came from Jerry. I personally don't. I think they had the front office and they had multiple interviews with Christian Parker. Brian Schottenheimer had his time to ask his questions around Jerry Jones to Christian Parker. And Jerry Jones liked the way they vibed. I guarantee you. And he gave the decision to Brian. That's just my thoughts. That's the way I think, because I know for a fact that Jerry ain't going to hire him. And I have my reasonings. Because he's a young guy. You got young and young. So I'm pretty sure Brian Schottenheimer spoke up and said, this is the guy. We interviewed quite a few people. And he said, this is the guy. And Jerry said, I guarantee you, he said, I'm going with what you want. Let's do with what you want. Let's make this football team a better football team. So, Dak Prescott for comeback player of the year. I'm with it. I'm voting. If you ain't voting, let's vote. I don't even know if we can vote, but if we can, I'm going to figure it out and let's go vote. Because Dak is balling. He balled last season, man. You can't tell me he didn't. You can't continue to put quarterbacks in high pressure situations and expect them to deliver every single time, no matter how much money they get paid, no matter anything of the situation. You cannot expect a quarterback to go do absurd things because the defense can't stop nothing. So, Dak Prescott, moving on to year 11, I hope you can stay the same. Keep this control that you have. Keep this poised football play that you have, because I love the decision making you made last season. There was some tight window plays that you threw it in, but I'm like, you know what? Dak, you balling though. You throwing the money on the dot. People wasn't catching it this past season. You know, it was an array of things that happened. Then we got George Pickens emerging. You know, and we have to be able to balance the George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb situation next season, because I feel like these two together, man, they're going to continue to wreak havoc. They're young, and Dak has his targets. And if Dak can continue to get the time that he's been given by this offensive line, yeah, Dak going to continue to ball out in year 11. But for comeback player of the year, I'm going to say it again. I'm with it. I'm voting. And if you ain't voting, let's find out how to vote together, and we going to vote, because comeback player of the year for my quarterback, I love it. That's all I'm going to say. So with this being said, guys, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. And until next time, deuces. Oh, yeah. Dak Prescott for comeback player of the year. Deuces.